Hey everyone, welcome back to Happy Life, Better Life. I'm so happy to have you here with me. Really, I am. You guys are my company. You are my company. It's been snowing like almost every day here, and so I haven't really been out much. So you are me familiar. Me familiar. You're my family. So anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I'm trying to grow the page to 500 members this year. That's what I would like to see happen, which is not a really big ask because I'm going to be honest. I never really publicized this page, and we already have almost 400 members. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. People just kind of came across the page, and thankfully, I guess people found something of value here, and I appreciate that. So, today I wanted to share with some of you women something that I've been thinking about, something I heard about, and I thought that it was wonderful. I thought it was enlightening. And so, women have asked, where have all the good men gone? And the truth is, some of them are already in your friend zone. That's right, ladies. You may have some really awesome men in your friend zone. They could have been people that you grew up with, went to school with, went to college with, worked with, whatever the case may be. But these are people maybe who have been in and out of your life, and you've known them for quite some time. You know their makeup, you know their character, you know their history. And I don't want you to overlook that because this is something that's very valuable. Um, a lot of times, people, I don't know, like, okay, so I had a friend, and this was a male friend, and he would say to me that no guy really just wants to be your friend. He'll settle for that. But every now and then, he's going to keep checking that fence to see if that door opens, to see if he can put a foot in there or a finger in there to become more than just a friend. Now, that said, I know that there are also those of us who don't want to mess up a good friendship and, possibly risk losing that person in our lives. We don't want to do that. But what if it could be more? You know, it could have been someone and maybe they expressed interest in you before, but the timing wasn't right. But now maybe the timing is better. And if they are still free, that might be something worth pursuing. My own testimony that I'll share, I have pretty much been okay. I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be transparent. It's just us girls talking anyway, right? I have had a friend, and he's been in my life for probably the past 6 or 7 years. And we have, he's always been more than just a friend, except for when we broke up because, well, he said it was because of the distance or whatever. But at the end of the day, even when I felt like I don't want to talk to you anymore, somehow we always reconnected. We always reconnected. One time, I was angry with this person. We had broken up. We weren't seeing each other, and there were some things they said that really agitated me. And I had sent them a message after not really talking to them a while, but I was like, how dare you make me feel like I'm not a good person, and the fact that something they said made me feel that way, it made me angry, and I was like, I won't say what I said, but I used some choice words in there, and so it was sort of like bonk you, kind of thing. And then they sent me a message back saying, um, I can't basically argue this point right now, and I'm in the hospital, and my whole everything changed. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, you're in the hospital. Who's there with you? What's going on? So anyway, I say that to say, I knew, of course, in that moment that my anger was because I cared so much about what they thought. Their opinion mattered to me, and so thankfully they ended up being okay and all of that, and they forgave me for using my choice words because they knew, number one, I don't usually do that, um, and number two, um, at the end of the day, we really care about each other. And so it could be someone that you often joke around with, banter with, argue with, whatever the case may be. But that person may be your person. And I always say to this person, you are my person. I think about the movie Forrest Gump. And this is where I say I think people are really going to disagree with me. Um, we know that Forrest Gump had his challenges. And we knew that, I can't remember the girl's name. It may come to me. But they were friends. She was the one who was yelling, "Run, Forrest, run!" When the people were chasing him and he ran out of his braces. Was a fictional story. I get that, okay? But let's look at it. He had certain challenges, but at the end of the day, he had great character. He was dependable. He was honest, and he loved her and would do anything for her. And at the end, of course, a lot of guys were upset about this because they felt like, oh, she came back to him after she was all broken down and, had a bunch of different men who had run through her, whatever the case may be. Which, yeah, that's kind of a true and realistic way of looking at things, too. Like she tried everything else and then finally came back to him, because there was a time when she was with him before, and then she got a little bit better and she left and went on her way. But come to find out, she had a child by him. And this is the thing that I wanted to focus on. He maybe did not fit her ideals of what she thought the perfect man would be, but he literally was everything that she needed and more. There might be somebody in your life, somebody in your atmosphere, somebody around you who may not be everything or may not be the things that you thought you wanted, but may be everything that you need and more. So you might want to start looking into that. I recently had a conversation with my uncle, and I had a similar conversation with my father years ago. My father was with someone for many, many years, and she wanted to get married, but he never really got divorced from my mom. And I guess even though they had a good relationship and things like that, she got to the point where she was just tired of it. And, she ended up ending things. And one of my father's biggest regrets was that he didn't go ahead and really make that relationship the priority that he should have made. And years after, like especially in his 60s and stuff, he really regretted that. And then talking to my uncle over Christmas, he was sharing with us how he had met someone because he worked in the building. Long story short, the woman who lived in the building that he worked in, she had a daughter, and the daughter wanted to move her in with her, and he helped with that. And basically ended up becoming really good friends with the daughter. And when the mother had passed away, he was, good support for the daughter. And they formed a great relationship. And sometimes, she was single, so sometimes she would cook and stuff, and she would invite him over. And, they would share dinner and watch TV. And then around the holidays, she would invite him to come and he would go. And he was saying that basically, and then one time she was going away and she invited him and he went. And the bottom line was, I guess they became more intimate. But the thing was, they never really classified what their relationship was. They just spent a lot of time together. And then she got sick. I think it may have been cancer. And then it was like things happened very quickly. And she was gone. And even as he was talking about it, and this happened, years ago, you could tell how much he mourned her passing. And he said he didn't even know that he loved her and how much he loved her. He knew he cared about her, but he didn't know how much he loved her until she was gone. And he said it was probably because initially she didn't look like, I guess, like whatever he felt like he was attracted to, maybe she wasn't that. She wasn't that. And so he felt like, they were just friends and whatnot. But he said he missed her so much and that he truly loved her. But it was too late. She was gone. So for you, maybe there's someone that you put in your friend zone for one reason or another. Maybe they didn't, maybe they don't have the qualities that you're normally attracted to, the outward appearance, I would say. Not qualities, but different things like that. Maybe whatever. The bottom line is, a lot of times we miss out on good things that are right in front of us. And I would say that you might want to take another look. You might want to take a second look. And there have been marriages that have been arranged. Something I just always was intrigued by. Like in India and in China, stuff like that. They would arrange marriages for their children. And these were relationships that the whole family and community supported. And, sometimes they would say, the woman might even say, when I first saw him, I was not attracted to him at all. But I did know that he had good qualities. But over time, the more time we spent together, I fell in love with him. And it was because of the way he treated her and the way he cared for her. If you ever have somebody really treat you well and really care for you, they will automatically become attractive to you. This is the truth. People don't try it and test it, but it's the truth. I knew a couple once, and when I first met this woman and the man was like super attractive, like model attractive. The woman was, well, some people would even say she was very unattractive. I mean, she was small. She dressed beautifully all the time, but for whatever reason, people didn't think she was attractive. Let me tell you, I got to know this woman, and she became one of the most beautiful people in the world to me, because she had the sweetest disposition. She had the sweetest personality. She was so loving and so kind. And she had friends who would sometimes take advantage of her because she had money. She had money. But she, again, was one of the most beautiful people to me. And I've known situations where it was a female and she was a very attractive person and the guy wasn't really attractive, but he did have a really good job and he took care of her, everything that she needed. And she came from a background of living with a single mom, being an older sister, having to take care of everybody, and this was someone who took care of her. Sometimes we overlook what's right in front of us. So I just wanted to put this out there, ladies. I'm just, hey, you may be ignoring somebody very valuable in your friend zone. So you might want to rethink that. If they care about you and they care about yours, meaning if you have children and they care about them, you're going to want to really rethink that. And I'm not saying to settle for this or settle for that, because honestly, I don't feel like it's settling. I feel like when you find somebody in this world who really cares about you, you're getting the better end of the deal, because most people out here don't. So I just wanted to share that with you ladies, that you may be missing something very valuable in your friend zone. So, I want you to live a happy life and a better life. Have a great day. Bye-bye.